may development na. I'll introduce. Good morning, magandang umaga po. Welcome sa programang Bawal ang Pikon. Get it straight with Daniel Rason. Ilang administrasyon na rin po ang naghangad, subalit na bigong wakasan ang kaguluhang dulot ng mga armadong grupo. Ang pakikibaka ay bunga rin naman daw ng kanilang pagnanais na magkaroon ng pagbabago sa ating bansa. Ang pamahalaan Duterte po na kaya ang makapagtagumpay dito sa hangarin na yan na pangmatagalang pangkapayapaan sa ating bayan.
Purong sulong. Ito ang nagiging takbo ng usapang pangkapayapaan sa pagitan ng ating gobyerno at ng CPP-NPA-NDF. Habang nag-uusap ang dalawang partido, tila hindi naman tumutugma sa takbo ng kasunduan ang mga miyembro ng armadong grupo. Patuloy pa rin daw ang pagkolekta ng revolutionary tax ng NPA at ilang beses na rin umatake sa mga komunidad at pati na rin sa mga presinto ng pulis. Nagbibigay tuloy ito ng puwang upang pagdudahan ang senseridad ng pamunuan ng CPP-NPA-NDF sa pamumuno ni Jose Maria Sison. Sa napipintong muling paghaharap ng dalawang kampo, magiging malinaw kaya ang kanilang kasunduan upang ungusan ng pagsulong ng minimithing kapayapaan? Nakatakda na rin daw isumite ng palasyo ang bersyon nila ng Bangsamoro Basic Law sa Kongreso anumang araw. Ito ang nabinbing kasunduan ng pamahalaan sa Moro Islamic Liberation Front o MILF noong Administrasyong Aquino. May mga provision daw kasi ang panukala na labag sa saligang batas. Bukod pa yan sa dahilang may mga grupong hindi 100% kumbinsido sa layunin daw ng kausap ng gobyerno sa oras na pagkalooban ng otonomiya ang lilikaing Bangsamoro Region. Natakpan na kaya ng mga opisyal na itinalaga ni Pangulong Duterte ang mga butas na nooy naging sanhi upang isantabi muna ang planong ito? Bagamat lahat ay nais ng katahimikan at ng progresong inaasahang kasunod ng pagtatagumpay ng usapang pangkapayapaan, nais ng sambayan ng Pilipino na kung ito ay magagawa, dapat ang nakapaloob sa kasunduan ay may kalinawan. Kapayapaan, ngayon na ba o magbibilang pa ng maraming bukas?
Ito, isa ho sa pinakamatatatag sa, kumbaga, hindi basta-basta natitinag. Kasi iba ang staying power nito. Bata pa ako Nandyan na yan. Hanggang ngayon, nakikita mo. Let's welcome once again to the program Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process, Secretary Jesus Doresa. Ano? Good morning. Welcome. Talagang...
Mas good ka pa kaysa morning.
Have a seat. Hindi ka nagbabago Parang nakakaingit yung ano.
Bumata ka rin.
Talaga?
Batang isip.
Have a seat.
Good morning, everyone. Kimberly, good morning. I have to greet her
Oo nga, si Kimberly.
Akala ko, tabi siya sa akin, pero maliit daw, masikip daw siya.
Dadalaway natin sa susunod.
Okay.
But anong meron kang wala ang iba?
Ay, wala yun. Doon ako galing sa previous administration. Ganun din trabaho ko, pero
lahat na.
Kunti lang yung pag-uusad. Kaya ang pagbabago hindi sa akin. A person called Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Pero
ang sikreto.
Pero ang sinasabi ko kasi, parang yung mga politiko kasi, ang nangyayari sa kanila, from one party to another. Diba? Pagka kung sino yung nasa administrasyon, nandoon sila. Ikaw, ganun din na nangyayari sa'yo, but you're not a political butterfly. Parang kabati mo lahat ng mga presidente.
Political crocodile siguro, hindi butterfly, okay? Hindi, I was congressman in 87 of Davao, But I never changed parties. Never. Sabi ko, isa lang yung partido ko, independent kasi ako Okay, so...
Walang partido,
So when I joined President Ramos after I became congressman, sabi ng mga kagrupo, maglakas inyong CD ka na rin. Sabi ko, no. Ano naman ako Ramos supporter naman ako When
okay na yun.
I joined President Gloria Arroyo, ganun din. Ba't hindi ka magpalit? Sabi ko, trabaho lang ako, wala lang politika. And now, well, the big difference now is President Duterte is a childhood friend. From high school.
Okay.
Huwag mo akong tanungin anong ginawa namin dahil baka mawalan ako ng kaibigan. High school.
Pero,
so walang partido, wala yan. Just service lang.
But ang common denominator palagi, naandun ka sa pagiging advisor ng peace process.
Gusto ko, ayaw ko na dyan.
Oo.
Kausap ko nga si Kimberly.
Oo.
Gusto ko war advisor, hindi peace advisor.
Mag-war ka na lang dahil...
Mahirap kasi peace advisor, maghimas-himas ka, kausapin mo.
Oo.
Pag war advisor ka, push the button lang. Pull the trigger lang, di ba?
Mas madali.
Oh, mas madali.
Hindi, pero
Kimberly, di ba?
ang naging problema natin, parang kagaya sinasabi mo, parang walang pag-usad eh. From the time na nag-advisor ka doon sa mga nakaraan, parang vicious cycle eh. Parang,
Hindi naman, mali yun eh.
Oo.
Every administration puts
May
a
achievement.
foundation.
Okay.
May foundation yan.
All right.
Every brick, and you don't demolish what has been set by the previous. You just build on it. And
But
that has been my work.
did it happen that way?
It had, but it had to take certain stages and phases pa.
Okay.
Like sa panahon namin ni President Ramos, we had the 1996 peace agreement signed during his term with the MNLF. So tapos na yan.
Pero wala rin nangyari.
Ngayon, meron, pero ang problema kasi akala ng taong bayan, pag may peace agreement na, nagkapirmahan na,
Oo.
magic, lo
Tapos
and behold,
na.
tapos
Okay.
na. Mas malaki ang problema. Because expectations will be high. How to implement these agreements is something else. Yun.
And every time merong konting diferensya na aggravate noong agreement. Dahil
Correct.
parang
Saka-
nilabag mo, gano'n.
Kasi, tumaas yung expectation eh.
Okay.
So, walang full compliance. Hindi mo naman makomply agad yan at one time. It takes different stages pa.
No, but-
Now, we also owe where we are today with President Duterte doon sa mga ginawa din ng previous administrations.
Where are we now?
Where now, well, I'll tell you specifically, in the Bangsamoro Basic Law with the MILF, we just turned over to the President yesterday in the palace yung new BBL dahil hindi pumasa eh, in the last Congress, di ba? This afternoon, maybe to let you know, we're going to meet with the panel of Secretary Bebot Bello of the negotiating with the CPP and PNDF. Dahil we're trying to move forward. Nabinbin yung fifth round eh.
Yes. Oo.
Talks. And the same night, after the panel, we're going to meet Chairman Norby Suarez.
Okay.
He represents also another faction ng Bangsamoro, the Moro National Liberation Front. We're also engaging him. And on the same night today, we're meeting with the Cordillera Group. For the first time, yung mga nagkawatak-watak na grupo, members of the Cordillera People's Liberation Army na sinimulan dati ni Father Balueg, they've also decided to come around dahil they will unite behind the effort now to establish also a Cordillera Autonomous Region.
Ano ang significance nito doon sa BBL natin ngayon na ipine-present ninyo? Kay
Yung BBL for the Bangsamoro yun eh.
Yes.
Ang CPP and PNDF natin with the communists at yung ating MNLF with another faction ng Bangsamoro. Di ba nagkahiwalay yung
Yes,
MNLF at MI? Hindi naman pwedeng dalawang batas gagawin ng Kongreso, one for the MI and one for the MN. They'll have to converge somehow. And then, of course, yung Cordillera, under the Constitution kasi, we should establish not only the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, also the Cordillera. Hindi rin yan na nakamit nila.
So yung mga nanggaling na naka-stipulate sa BBL sa panahon ng Aquino administration, ano mga mababago doon?
Wala. Ang Comprehensive Agreement for the Bangsamoro signed during President Aquino's time is the same basis. Dahil pag nagkakaroon ka ng agreement, yung ginawa noon, President Aquino, you have to implement it. And you have to pass a law to implement it. Dahil ang executive naman cannot implement. Mag-implement lang, but the policy will have to come from Congress. Hindi pumasa dahil may mga issues before.
Yes.
Now, with the new BBL, hopefully, hindi ko pa nabasa, kagabi lang na turnover we hopefully expect that they learn from the lessons of the past sa bakit hindi pumasa. And I was told generally na they learned from the problems before and they're going to surmount it this time.
Ang mga naka-agenda ngayon sa inyo, mga nakakalendary sa inyo, meeting with...
Today,
Yes, today.
with the CPP and PNDF panel,
So, sino-sino ang komposisyon yan?
government muna dahil they will take guidance from the President,
Okay.
si Secretary Bebot Bello, who is the chairman of the panel. I only oversee them together with the members of the panel. Rene Sarmiento, Nani Braganza, Tony Arellano, Angging Librado.
And ang magiging sentro ng usapan dito,
How to do back channeling muna dahil, di ba, hindi namin tinuloy yung 5th round dahil
Yes, yes.
may nangangatake pa yung NPA sa ating mga communities.
so hindi na rin matutuloy muna talaga yung 5th round.
Yun ang pag-uusapan ng back channel na gagawin on July 21 and 22 in Europe.
Okay. When you say back channeling, ano ang...
Unofficial yan.
Okay.
Dahil, remember, every time we go and negotiate, masyado kaming transparent. You notice, we got even media to cover it. Pero pag back channel, unofficial yan. So, gagawin mo ng back channel with them, and then hopefully we can move the 5th round na bininbin natin last time.
So paano natin pwedeng panghawakan pa yung sa back channeling while yun ngang mga formal talks na ginagawa natin parang hindi pa rin nagiging successful. Tapos pag back channeling, parang mas madaling itanggi, di ba?
Hindi, dahil mukhang uusad dahil when they agreed to a back channel, parang may openness na sa kanila.
So sinong kakausapin nyo sa back channeling?
Sa back channeling will be Fidel Agawile, Joe Masison, Louis Helandone, and their whole panel. It will be in Oslo, Norway.
So sa Norway pa din gagawin itong back channeling na to?
Yes. Kasi
so,
yung Norway
this is
ang
not
ating facilitator.
formal talks.
Hindi pa. Kasi depende sa outcomes ng back channel whether we'll proceed with the next round na sinuspindi natin. Alam mo naman bakit sinuspindi?
Yes.
Dahil according to the President, the conducive atmosphere has not been there yet to continue negotiations. Hindi tayo
pa rin.
pwedeng mag-uusap doon tapos mga tao natin nagbabakbakan on the ground.
But do you still believe with your experience and with the past scenario na mga nakita natin, may hawak pa ba talaga itong sila Joma dun sa kanilang mga tao?
Kami, we believe that sila pa yung authorized negotiating panel.
Yeah, but they're saying something and the group is doing a different
What you have to expect it Gaya ng Bangsamoro natin, may MILF mainstream tayo pero may mga breakaway group May lumalaban pa sa gobyerno maski maganda na yung usapan natin ng MILF. But eventually, our expectation is that when we sign an agreement and we will already entrench or implement the agreement, yung may mga problema pa, baka they might start coming around already. Pero yung hindi tatalima at hindi sasama, then we'll have to deal with them accordingly. Military might already and police forces.
No, but hindi ba ninyo nakikita ito sa isang anggulo na, sige, kami makikipag-usap, may go signal naman, bahala na kayo manggulo, tatanggi na lang namin kayo later on.
Pwede din, pero ganito kasi yan Ang gobyerno, kami ang panel, we go there and meet with them. But we are not authorized to decide on our own. We go to our principal, to the president. Sa president, meron kaming
Acceptable ba sa inyo to?
Okay ba ito sa inyo? Then he says, okay. O sabi niya, wag yan. Kunting, palitan natin kunti yan. So, he is our principal. In the same manner, Joe Masison, Fidel Agawile, and the panel, we also assume hindi yan sila makapag-decide on their own. They also refer to their principal, which is the party here in the Philippines. Di ba? Kaya, paminsan nga, makikita namin na they still have to give them a little time dahil magkukonsulta pa sila on the ground.
No, but we're not just giving them a little time. We've given them a lot of time already. Imagine, to exaggerate it, siguro when you started talking, you were still teenagers and now you're actually nearing to the grave. But wala pa rin.
The rebellion had been there for 50 years.
Yes.
Ako 19 years old pa lang 19. Alam mo bakit 19? Naintindihan mo na.
Oo, naintindihan ko na.
Tawa sila lang. Hindi, it's stage by stage You cannot immediately expect that they will capitulate. They will abandon their advocacy na pinaglaban nila.
But do they have an advocacy in the first place?
Well, you have to address the root cause. That's why we are here. Ang yung mga root causes, you have to give them also opportunity to look at yung kanilang, like ang sa CPP, NP, NDF. Bangsamoro muna. Ang root cause yan is the historical injustice they committed. Kasi ang mga Muslim, sabi naman ni Presidente, we occupied Mindanao before the Christians came. Ngayon, natabi-tabi na kami. Gaya ng mga lumad natin, mga indigenous peoples all over the country, they used to be the owners of these fertile lands. Eventually, pumasok ang mga ibang tao na hindi lumad. They're already now in the fringes, so we have to engage them. Ganon din sa Bangsamoro. But we cannot give to them back. For example, sa Mindanao, hindi naman pwedeng aatras alisin yung mga Kristiyano dyan and then bigay na lahat sa kanila. They also recognize that if they're given opportunity to govern in their own cultural way, in their own religious way, their own area, indigenous way, then it's going, tatalima din sila.
No, but honestly,
Hindi natin pwede, kasi mali natin dati, ganito you mainstream people. You try and convert them to join the majority. Hindi pwede yun. You have to respect their own kultura. Like the Lumads, you have to respect their way of doing things. And that is where the opportunity is given when you allow them to do governance.
but otra cosa yun when it comes to dun sa nangyayaring rebellion sa atin, bakbakan dito, bakbakan doon. We're talking about peace process. Halos magkapalit na kayo ng mukha nila Landoni, nila
Ayoko
Jomas.
makipagkalit. Mas pogi tayo kaysa kanila. Ayoko.
nila Jomas season. But the problem is, parang wala pa. Do you have a gut feel as well? Meron ka din namang siyempre nararamdaman sa haba ng panahon na yun. Do you see the end of it?
It will move towards, sabi ko nga, step by step
But I mean,
Peace.
parang ang bagal nung step na yon na parang makakamatayan na ng... Sabi nga ni Presidente Duterte, ayaw mo bang makita ang kapayapaan bago ko man lang magpahinga?
Kaya nga, hopefully within the term of President Duterte, na baka uusad tayo at maratnan natin yung gusto mo.
No, but the problem there is, pagka nakamatayan nila, panibago na naman kausap ninyo. At pag iba na naman ang kausap ninyo, panibago na namang set ng
ayaw
konsepto.
kong mamatay at mamatay si na Joma na wala na kami. Iba na naman ang... bakbakan.
Precisely.
Kaya nga, binibilisan natin ngayon.
Oo.
And we have a new leader who understands really how to go forward.
Nakita mo
There
naman,
is mutual trust.
pero nakita mo naman, Presidente Duterte, how can you say that there is still a mutual trust? Nabuisit na din
Galit na siya.
Di ba, nung
Kaya
umpisa-
nga sinuspend din natin yung PIP round.
Precisely.
Baka titinag sila.
Oo.
Di ba?
So anong nabago since the time na nagkaroon ng ganung klase?
Kuya ka ba? Mas matanda yata ako sa'yo. We never reached this far in the previous negotiations. We are now on the verge of a fifth round.
Ganyan din nadinig ko doon sa nakaraang administrasyon. We have not reached as far as this. Ganon din di ba?
Now we have reached the farthest nga Di ba? Naka fourth round na tayo. Dati noon, hindi umuusad First round na, wala na. Bakit? Why are we seeing all of this sa BBL, sa MILF, sa MNLF, Cordillera, CPP, NP, We have kasi a good playing coach We are only the team player sa court. Pero there is one person who is the playing coach. And he runs the show.
Yes, but kung nagiging
President Duterte.
But ang nagiging problema nga ni Presidente Duterte is the same problem na na-encounter before. Sinasabi yung lack of sincerity. Pagkatapos ngayon, sasabihin naman na, no, we believe na sila ay sincero sa pakikipag-usap. Afterwards, nagbakbakan, may binanatan na naman doon. Akala ko ba, sincero kayo?
Alam mo naman, kuya, na pag we don't believe in their sincerity, of what use would you be us talking to them? Di na.
Exactly.
Uwi na ako, partner.
Exactly.
Go back to my family.
Exactly. But yung duda na yon has always been there.
And that's why.
Diba?
Yung trust kasi ng publiko is very important. I always say, even if we sign many peace agreements, tatalima sila, pero kung ang taong bayan, the stakeholders, the public will not support it, walang mangyari pa rin. Remember, we signed an agreement previously. Hanggang ngayon, nag-implement pa tayo. Ang publiko parang hindi pa sold That's why the President is also recognizing that, na kailangan step by step. Hindi mo pwedeng madaliin at biglang, di ba gaya ng kuryente, may switch ka, you put it on, it's on. Put it off, it's off. No, in peace work, it is one step at a time. Peace, kapayapaan, by peace, isa-isa. Peace by peace.
Pero
And we have moved further na.
Nandyan na kayo as an advisor before eh. Diba?
Oo nga.
Marami na kayong in-advise. Ano ang bagong advice na meron kayong naibigay sa kanila dito sa sitwasyon na meron tayo ngayon? And ano ba ang ibang sitwasyon that we have now? Kasi syempre, time change. Nakita natin, and even the technology, nagpabago na din yan. Pati nga yung mga sistema na ng pakikipag-usap. Pero nyo, nag-umpisa kayo, telegrama pa lang. Ngayon, may email na.
Anong telegrama pa nun? Mag-love letter ka nun, susulat ka pa.
Abot
Tapos merong bayat
special
tunol.
di
Ang
abot.
tawag namin sa Bisaya, bayat tunol, inaabot.
Oo, special di abot.
Ngayon, wala. Magte-text ka na sa mga...
Precisely.
Noon, pwedeng isang girlfriend ka lang, di ba, kuya?
Oo.
Ngayon,
Hindi ka na pwede ngayon.
isa lang din. Iba na, iba talaga sa
Akala ko sabihin mo, asawa na dapat ngayon, hindi na girlfriend.
Yung mga asawa, former girlfriend siya.
Okay nga. No, but what I am saying is, anong bago? Kasi yung mga advices na binigay mo.
I got your
Yes,
previous
please.
question na-distract lang ako doon eh. We had seen mistakes committed in the past.
Okay.
Diba?
Like what?
Well, engaging only the rebels, you did not engage the public, for example. So, nagkapirmahan ng agreement pero wala kang suporta sa taong bayan, negative sila. Hindi mo pwedeng isulong yan. Now we're engaging not only that small table of the rebels, we're engaging the bigger table, the public. Kaya nga, pag sabi na pupunta ako sa iyo, you're the one daily engaging the bigger table.
Tagal mo nga pumunta eh.
Oo nga. Dahil ayaw ko pang pumunta na wala pang resulta masyado.
Wala pa.
Wala akong ipagyayabang sa iyo.
So ngayon, meron ka ng resulta na pwedeng ipagyabang. Bago mo ipagyabang, we'll pause for a break.
Alex, thank you.
Ito ang programang Bawal ang Pikon. Get it straight with Daniel Roson. Kasama po natin Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process, Secretary Jesus Duresa. Ano ngayon ang
Jesus.
pagbabago niya?
Jesus.
Jesus nga.
Just lang.
Jess.
Yung Jesus kasi Savior yan eh.
Oo nga.
Hindi naman ako Savior.
Well, at
Ikaw na yung
least
savior, Kuya
peace
Daniel.
advisor ka.
Di ba sabi ko, mas gusto ko war advisor?
Hindi, wag na. Let's not talk about war anymore kasi ang dami ng gera.
War game naman eh, hindi naman totoong gera eh.
Opo, may mga gera-gera na pati sa bahay, may gera pa rin eh. Diba?
Yung ako, sinasabi ko nga eh, I can negotiate with the communists, the MILF rebels, the MNLF, the Cordillera. Pwede akong
Mag-negotiate.
mag-negotiate. Pero
Asawa
sa
mo, hindi.
misis ko,
Talo,
hindi ako
talo.
maka-negotiate. Wala na.
Wala. Basta
Walang
sinabi.
negotiation dyan.
Eto, Jess,
misis
uwi!
natin.
Uwi.
Wala. Hindi pa siya nagsabi, uwi na ako.
O hindi, papadala kita sa Cordillera.
Hindi. Okay, in Cordillera, I was in Baguio. And I was welcomed very warmly by all the desperate sectors. Hindi ko lang nakita yung father ni Kimberly mayor there of one of the towns. But many of mainstream Cordillerans already are united towards moving for a Cordillera autonomous region.
Anong bagong nai-advise mo?
Hindi ako nag-advise, nakikinig lang ako, partner.
So, paano ka naging peace advisor? Wala
Hindi
ka
nga,
palang ina-advise.
Kay Presidente Duterte naman, hindi ka kailangan mag-advise eh. Di ba? And advisors, you know why I've been advisor? President Ramos, President Arroyo, and President Duterte. I don't give unsolicited advice. Hindi ako nag-advise.
You're always being asked
I
for
have to be
advice.
asked before I give my advice.
So anong ihiningi na nila sa'yo na advice na naibigay mo na bago doon sa dating nai-advise mo na?
From the President, secret na namin yun kung ano yung hiningi niya na advice at ano yung sagot ko.
Okay.
But with the other groups, always I am the one also advising them the same manner that they also advise me on how we can move things forward. Nakikita ko kasi parang determinado din sila eh. Natatapusin na natin itong matagal ng hidwaan natin.
Seriously?
You know, the tragedy is that we are fighting and killing ka-Pilipino natin. Hindi bale kung mga foreigner yan na gera-gera tayo. But now we are fighting fellow Filipinos.
But that's the problem. Kasi nga, meron sinasabi
Then
mga...
we have to deal with the solution.
Don't that's what we're doing.
Already
diba?
on the problem.
Oo.
Let's work towards a solution na. And then, the solution cannot be a magic formula. Kasi akala ng iba, tapusin na natin yan. Done na, hindi. it's a graduation. It's a progression. It is not exponential. Gaya ni President Ramos, sabi na exponential. 1 plus 1 is not 2. Kay President Ramos, exponentially means 1 plus 1 equals 11.
The solution is very elusive. Parang ganun ang nangyayari
Then,
sa
even
atin.
if it is elusive, the more that we should do a lot of efforts to catch it.
So anong additional
The
effort?
same manner, di ba, may nagustuhan ka?
Oh.
Pag elusive, mas lalo mong hinahabol.
Oh, pero anong effort na ngayon ang naidagdag natin? At ano na ang...
Ang pinaka new factor here nga, sabi ko, dahil we have a president who really will do things. And I'll tell you, example, CPP and PNDF, dati magsabi sila, release nyo yung mga political prisoners namin. Dati noon, that will cause the collapse of the talks if they insist. President Duterte, sabi, kailangan namin i-release yung political prisoners, kailangan namin sa negotiations. Alam mo sagot niya? Ilan gusto nyo? So how many have we already released now
pero wala,
to be part of the negotiations?
Pero wala pa rin nangyari.
Hindi nga, kaya importante.
Ay, nagalit lang si Presidente, di ba? Dahil pinarelease nyo sa akin, pagkatapos ko i-release, ganyan pa rin ang ginagawa.
Pero yung i-release natin, these are key people, ha? These are key people.
Gusto niya nga ipa-arresto ulit, di ba?
Oo, kung hindi matuloy. Di ba? Power naman niya yan dahil we only allow them opportunity not to be arrested again. But if nothing happens, of course. Ang problema ngayon, sabi niya, ang problema natin yan, Mr. President, is pag hindi natuloy itong talks, marami kang pinakawalan, marami ka na namang huhulihin at ibalik.
Gaano karami na ba talaga yung napakawalan?
We already released about 20. And they're now active in the negotiations.
Okay.
And he just released 10 more. Pardon.
So 30 na?
30 na.
Okay.
Pero marami pa yan. You know,
when was the last time na nag-release? Kailan yung huling-huling pinakawalan?
Itong 10 ngayon.
Itong ano na to, which is part ng kanila pa rin yung hinihingi.
Of course naman, dahil under humanitarian grounds naman, maski hindi hingiin yan. Kasi pag matanda ka na, di ba? O may sakit ka, maski naka-convict ka, under humanitarian grounds, the president can pardon you or allow you. Kaya pag tumanda ka na, partner, you can commit any crime.
Tanda na nga ako.
Ngayon, hindi ka pa qualified. Pero kukulong ka pa kung ikaw magkasala.
Hindi, kahit naman yung iba, di ba, kinukulong pa rin. Si Joma ba, ba't hindi ba pakauwi dito para dito na mag-usap?
Gusto na rin niya umuwi, sa tingin ko lang ha. Pero tingin ko, gusto niya na we arrive at certain milestones bago siya umuwi.
Anong milestone yung iniintay na yon bago umuwi si Joma?
If we can do, for example, you know, there are, para maintindihan ng lahat, para hindi shortcut. In the negotiations with the communists, we have 4 major agenda items. Comprehensive agreement on human rights, respect for human rights, and international humanitarian law. That's one. That was signed already in 1998, as early as 1998.
Okay.
The second item is on socio and economic reforms. Yun ngayon ang agenda item ongoing. Then political and constitutional reforms. Ibig sabihin doon yung pag-usapan yung anong tatalakayin natin sa konstitusyon in order to come about with sustainable agreements. And finally, disposition of forces and cessation of hostilities. Ito yung pag may agreement na, anong gagawin doon na may mga armado sila eh. Kasi hindi pa nila sinusurrender ng firearm nila hanggang walang final peace agreement. So, these are the 4 items. We have done with the Carril already, signed 1996. We're now working on socio-economic reforms. Pag tapos na tayo dito sa second item, siguro, tingin ko lang, baka pwede na tayong uusad na ng gusto. Because this is very key to them.
Diyan nga nagkakaroon ng deadlock eh.
Kaya nga, diyan. But ngayon, in our back channel work, and I think in the 5th round kung matuloy, yun ang pinaka-main agenda item.
Dito ngayon papasok yung pangangailangan din doon sa pagbabago sa konstitusyon, hindi ba?
Yes.
So kung kakailanganin natin yung pagbabago ng konstitusyon, why go for BBL?
Ganito yan. And why go also for the Cordillera Autonomous Region?
Yes.
Why go for BBL? Ngayon, meron tayong fallback position. Yung ating Bangsamoro Autonomous Region as provided by the Constitution, by the BBL, pag matuloy ng Kongreso, it will already be a pilot for a possible federal state for the Bangsamoro.
But it will still be changed in case na magkaroon ng pagbabago ng konstitusyon.
Hindi, oo nga. Dali tapusin ko muna.
Okay.
Pangalawa, yung ating Cordillera, Autonomous Region.
Yes.
Kung maaprubahan yan, it can also be a pilot lang of a federal state for the Cordillera. If we entrench both, mauna muna, kasi yung endgame natin is to shift to federal setup.
Yes, yun yung pagbabago ng konstitusyon para maging federalism tayo.
Palagay natin may mga sasabit diyan sa BBL na yan na may constitutional issues. Palagay natin may sasabit yan sa Cordillera. Pwede naman nating, sige, walayin mo natin yung mga constitutionally questionable. Park muna natin, parada muna natin. Kung meron And then when we amend the constitution for federalism, pwede na mag-enhance yung kanila.
Hindi po ba mangyayari na parang, ano pa yun, a waste of time pa? Kasi alam naman natin yung proseso ng pagpapalit ng konstitusyon. Very tedious.
That's why pang endgame yun.
Exactly. Pero pag halimbawa, mag-spend pa tayo ng time dito na gusto din naman natin baguhin later on sa constitutional change para makashift tayo to federalism. All of this, BBL, yung lahat ng Cordillera na yan, can be resolved doon sa change of constitution.
Alam mo naman sa atin, there's no magic formula nga. Kailangan i-pilot muna habang ginagawa natin yung federal at the end game.
But the pilot can actually take our time para makapunta tayo sa federalism.
Hindi naman, it doesn't prevent us to move to amend the constitution while we are working on the BBL. Kasi yun ang root cause ng problema sa Bangsamoro.
I understand that, boss. But ang tinitingnan ko po dito, tignan ninyo, ang sabi nga ninyo, we have a game changer, which is ito yung sa katauhan ni Presidente Duterte. So ang lahat umaasa, ganun din. Last time, I was talking to CJ Puno, nandito si CJ Puno sa akin. Sinasabi niya, kailangan mangyari ito sa panahon ni Presidente Duterte because President Duterte is really the one who is very eager to push with this one. Yes. Ngayon, kung makakain yung oras natin dito pa sa kasi sinasabi din ni CJ Puno na meron tayong timetable na kailangan din na mahabol para magawa natin yung pag-shift from presidential to itong ating federalism na ito na tinitignan, yung change of constitution, may time po ito Kung kakainin tayo nitong BBL and Cordillera, and then baka mamaya kapusin na tayo ng panahon para tayo magkaroon ng constitutional change na ito naman kaya namang i-resolve doon sa constitutional change.
Ang gusto mo ba na yung mag-shift tayo ng federal setup? Because it will not happen immediately. It will be mga 2-3 years pa. Gusto niyo ba magkagagera muna tayo habang aantay tayo? Kaya
Boss, ang tagal na nating nakikipaggera. I mean, tumanda na ho ako ng ganito. Bata pa ako, may gera na ngayon, magsi-senior citizen na ako, may gera pa rin. So if we were able to wait for that long, why can't we not wait and give that time? Itong nalang panahon lang.
Yung gera na yan na matagal na, gusto mong dagdagan pa ng mga 2 taon pa?
Bakit ang hindi? Kung ang dulo naman talaga na makikita mo, yung magsosolve dito ng
We are killing Filipinos.
How long have we been killing each other?
Yeah, but you want more people to be killed, I don't think so.
Well, a lot of people are getting killed, whether we want it or not.
Yeah, we don't want.
We don't want it, but the reality is it is happening, boss.
If we can limit the killing without waiting for 2 more years of killing, why don't we do it today? That's what we're
why
doing.
did we wait then for quite a long time already, and now we only are talking of 2 weeks?
The environment was not very conducive then at the time dahil ang mga former administrations, meron silang parameters. Dito kay President Duterte, he's removing many of these traditional parameters. That is why nga, we would like to open up, grab this opportunity na habang we're moving towards a federal shift, in the meantime, huwag na muna tayo mag-gera. Kaya kung pwedeng magka-ceasefire muna tayo, look at the MILF. We had a working ceasefire now, mag-implement pa tayo, gagawa pa tayo ng batas.
Yes, boss. But
you know, they have been helping us in the Marawi incident. MILF partnered with government so that we can save civilians there.
But can we not do that nang hindi na tayo magsasayang para sa BBL and Cordillera thing and dumiretso na tayo sa federalism?
It's easier said than done, partner. Easier said than done. Kung pwede yan, gawin na natin, bakit hindi ko gagawin? Pero wala you have to address yung mga rin nila, advocacies nila na hindi naman kaagad sila viewed as having capitulated o bumaliktad you have to give them also that dignity. Di ba? So that they will transition together with us. Alam mo, 50 years na yan, hindi madali ang ano yun eh. Pati sa Bangsamoro, about 50 years din. Ang iba-ibang grupo.
So, pero
Kaya
hindi
be patient with us.
Hindi po, ang sa akin lang, it's not that I am being impatient.
No, I know you're impatient. The whole country is very impatient.
I am just like looking at the practicality of it.
You know,
diba?
President Ramos, he was my boss also. And then I asked for his advice at that time. Sir, ano bang gagawin natin dito when we handle peace negotiation? A good negotiator, you need only 3 things. Oh, ano yun, sir? Number 1, sabi niya, patience. Oh, di ba? Yun, ikaw, hindi ka na patient. Doon pa lang sa una. Pangalawa, ano pa, sir?
Eh, ikaw nga din, hindi ka na nga patient. Noong isang araw, nakita kita sa TV, sabi mong gano'n, hindi, nagagalit ka na din.
Oh, dapat magalit ka rin, partner.
Kaya nga, di ba?
Otherwise, hindi na ako tao.
Oh.
Di ba? Number 2.
Oh.
Sir, anong number 2? More patience. Uy! Number 3. Oh, wala na. More patience. Ibig sabihin, maski paggalit ka, pero meron kang bigger objective to work on. Alam mo ba, hindi ako nagagalit? Galit ako eh. Pero, si President Ramos, alam mo magalit yan, hindi mo makikita publiko. Sir, pasensya ka na eh. Sabihin
Ministro
ko
ka na,
pag pumasok yan, galit yan siya. Pero smile pa rin siya. Makita mo lang yung kanyang jaw and nagtatighten. Di ba? Pagpasok niya sa kwarto niya, lahat niyan,
Tapo na.
magpapasingaw ka rin.
Oh.
Di ba? Otherwise,
So maraming butas din yung dingdong.
yung stress mo, tinatago mo yan, lalabas din yan in some other ways. Di ba? So, kailangan magpasingaw ka.
No, what I am just like...
Like if you love somebody, magpasingaw ka rin.
No,
damdamin, damdamin.
What I am just like asking, Sec, is yung simple
Sex?
lang.
Anong sex?
Ito lang, yung pag-shortcut lang doon sa pwedeng, kasi kung pwede, ang tinatanong ko lang po kasi, pwede bang ma-resolve yung lahat na yon doon sa BBL, doon sa Cordillera, by the change of constitution?
That will be the end game nga. Sabi ko ganito eh. Yung federalism na yan, kung sa softball yan, o baseball, di ba may catcher ka?
Yes.
Sasaluin yan. Pero pag hindi nasalo yan, meron ka pang screen sa likod, di ba? May net. So pag hindi nasalo dito ng catcher, dito sa mga batas na yan, sasaluin ng federal setup yan sa likod.
So will that not give a signal naman na eto na lang ang makonsentrate na? Halimbawa, kung nag-work, okay na, nag-work na BBL. Okay na, nag-work na Cordillera.
Do not believe na in 2 years, everything will go smooth. You have to manage those expectations also.
Exactly.
Oo,
So
hindi
kung
naman magic formula ang sabi ko.
Exactly. So parang intayin natin ngayon yon.
Hindi, ganito kasi.
Na mag-work.
When you do agreements, alam mo ang bottom line yan, ano? Kuya, improving the lives of people. So even if you sign peace agreements, the stakeholders themselves must see, mga leader lang yan, politika lang yan. Pero yung mga taong bayan, gusto nila ma-improve yung lives nila. So that is a vehicle, a framework provided so that you can download resources, you can provide livelihood, you can improve their areas, and an environment where they can already progress. Dahil hindi pwedeng umasa sa gobyerno eh. They have to get it from their own self. The government is only there to provide the so-called infrastructure. Kung sa area yan, kalsada lang binibigay ng gobyerno. Huwag ka maghingi ng kotse. Kalsada lang, infrastructure lang. That is also the same. We provide a framework and hopefully the public will start seeing the improvement to their lives. Because ultimately, ang tanong ng tao ba, itong mga kasama natin, perma-perma kayo dyan, ano yun sa amin? Wala. Kung walang improvement ng buhay nila. If the environment becomes better, like wala nang patayan, di na sila kailangan paggabi, pwede nang lumakad-lakad. Kita mo yung druga natin na problema. Ngayon, people are telling us they can already walk the streets. Hindi pa naman masyadong perfecto. Pero it's an improvement. So this is part of the whole...
Yes, I understand what you're saying, Secretary Jess.
But you refuse to understand
No,
fully.
it's only a matter of parang kung hindi po ba ang signal nito ay wag na natin munang bigyan yung federalism later on. Kung
the president, I think, is due to already start composing the commission that will already start proposing amendments to the Constitution.
So, ito ngayon, magkakaroon ba to ng parallel na action?
It can happen both at the same time, but federalism is a bigger work. Ito kasi Bangsamoro tinutukan mo, CPP, NP, NDF. You know, CPP, NP, NDF din, pag may mga agreements yan, that will need constitutional amendments Di ba? Kasi may parameters tayo in the 87 Constitution that you cannot open up.
So ano po tinitingnan ninyong time frame dito sa BBL and dito ngayon sa Cordillera?
ASAP. As soon as possible. Walang time frame, but we're looking at a possible timeline like baka masubmit na ng Pangulo after the SONA or during the SONA to Congress. Hopefully by December, matapos natin yung proposed BBL na yan, implementation. Baka sa Cordillera, ganun din. We're not so sure yet. And then, by 2019, you know, in the BBL kasi you have to set up temporarily a Bangsamoro transition authority na mag-caretaker muna until probably you already open up the whole thing. So, may different phases kasi, hindi simple na kaagad natin.
Yes. Napag-aralan nyo na po yung kalendaryo nito. Kasi yung kalendaryo niyan, halimbawa, ito hanggang dito tayo. Ito naman dapat nag-uumpisa na tayo sa pagtatrabaho sa federalism.
Correct.
Kasi parang pagka hindi tayo nag-umpisa dito sa ano na to, sa panahon na to, kagaya na sinasabi nga ni CJ Puno last time, baka gahuli naman tayo.
We have an indicative calendar but we're not going to disclose it dahil expectations again will be raised. Baka hindi mo naman ma-meet. Di ba? Ang calendar na yan, but best effort yan. So we have an indicative internal calendar.
And it will affect...
But it will all depend on how Congress is going to handle it. Kasi huwag tayo makialam sa Congress, so they're an independent body, and I always say, we should allow Congress to work on it in their own pace and in their own time and in their own competence.
So ano ngayon ay pinapaalam ninyo tungkol sa BBL na dapat sang-ayunan ng taong bayan? Kasi doon po nagkakaroon ng problema kung minsan parang later on, pag pumutok, meron palang ganyan na provision na nandyan.
Yes.
Ang hindi acceptable sa mamamayan. Mag-aalsa ngayon ng mamamayan. Makahamper na naman
Kaya nga
ngayon.
sabi ko, we have to address the bigger table. Hindi lang yung kausap mo across the table. The bigger table, which is the public. And that's why sabi ko, apir ako sa'yo dahil maraming nakikinig sa'yo.
Yes. So anong dapat na ipa-approve natin na isa sa mga mamamayan na nagiging controversial?
Intindihin muna nila ang effort. Kasi sila nakikinig Kasi pag you keep them in the dark as what had been happening before, and that's one of the lessons we should learn from. Pag hindi alam ng tao, alam mo noon, nag-negotiate, closed door. Walang media. Pag uwi dito, hindi pa alam ng taong bayan, tapos i-announce mo na lang. You notice there's a big difference now. Very transparent. Pagpunta namin kung saan yung meeting, ando nakatutok mga kamera. We allow them even in our negotiations room, except kung very sensitive issues being discussed na wala pang consensus. So we have to be very transparent to the public. And that's one main thing that we should do. Para makita nila, they know muna. They should know Hindi pwedeng hindi nila alam. Then they must slowly understand why. And so that later on, we will get their support.
What specific provision sa BBL po ang tinanggal para mas maging acceptable sa mamamayan?
Hindi ko pa nakita. Sa totoo lang, kahapon ko lang, ni-request ko nga si Ibon, yung aking staff, give me a copy. Dahil we left entirely the work to the Bangsamoro Transition Commission. Ito yung nag-draft. Wala tayong nakialam dyan. In fact, ngayon ko pa babasahin at makumpara sa previous kung ano yung kaibahan ngayon. But I was informed, generally, by all of them, that they have learned from the lessons of the past. Ibig sabihin, baka may mga pagbabago.
Tinanggal na yung mga...
Hindi natin masabi kung
inangalan dati.
Tingnan natin. Diba? Yun pa, we cannot also presumptuously, without me reading all these
So what are you going to expect sa SONA ng Presidente na maaari niyang i-divulge with regard to our peace talks?
Antayin mo na lang yung sona ng presidente dahil pag sinabi ko ngayon,
Nandito ka
hindi
na
ka
eh.
na makinig eh.
Hindi, nandito ka na eh, 'di ba? Para meron akong may scoop ako.
Oh, we are prematurely disclosing in violation of what we call as executive privilege.
No, but you will be giving reports to the president.
I will be.
Oh,
But that
you
is
have-
between
you-
me.
yeah, but
Hindi
you
man ako advisor ng publiko.
You
Advisor ako to the
but
president.
you have not given him yet anything.
Hindi ko na i-disclose. Otherwise,
So nakapagbigay ka na.
what do you think? Guess.
Hindi kasi
Guess.
July 22 eh.
Guess muna,
Di
guess.
ba? So pero
Gusto niya akong hulihin, no?
so sa mga binigay mo sa presidente,
Bakit alam mo na may binigay na ako in the first place?
hindi tinatanong ko nga.
Kaya nga sabi ko, guess.
Kaya nga dun sa July 22
24.
at
Sona.
24 rather, 22 pala yung expiration ng
Martial law.
martial law.
Oh, baka gustong pag-usapan yan. Gera yun, hindi yan province ko.
Oo nga. Pero doon ba sa ano na to, may mga i-introduce ba na bagong setup ng pakikipag-usap kayo? Kasi meron kayong back channeling ngayon eh. Will that be also announced by the president kung sakali na kasama ba to sa didiscuss niya?
No, the president doesn't deal on minute milestones. You have to get the bigger picture from him. Sa SONA naman, it will be the bigger picture that we will discuss.
So what's the biggest picture of the peace process now?
Oh, we have moved it forward further than what happened before. Yun lang. And because we have a president like him.
So,
Tinatanong nga nila, Sir, ano bang diferensya? Nandiyan ka na dati, nandiyan ka pa rin ngayon. Kaya ngayon, tumanda na ako dyan. But there's a big difference now with the president who knows how to deal with it.
have you talked to Nur Miswari?
Of course. He's my friend.
And
I don't ask him about his private life, about how many wives he has. But we
so
talk
ano
about
ang
this
latest
process.
kay Nur Miswari?
He will be meeting with us this afternoon with the president.
I see.
Di ba sinabi ko, hindi ka nakinig sa akin.
Hindi kasi ang latest ang tinatanong ko naman sa kanya sa development. Sa meeting ninyo, ano ba ang
Remember,
ine-expect niya?
there was already a 1996 peace agreement signed during the time of President Ramos. But in the matter of the implementation, marami pang mga gaps, sabi niya, na hindi pa na-implement doon sa kanyang agreement. Kaya nga sabi ko nga, magkapirmahan naman tayo ngayon, pero meron pa rin mga question later on in this agreement. So, he will be meeting with the President today with his own panel. Dahil para maintindihan ng lahat, yung MILF na may BBL tayo, breakaway group yan ni Chairman Nur Miswari.
Yes.
Di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng sumama si Chairman Nur ngayon dito sa BBL na yan. So we engage him in a different track. We organized also a new panel, a different panel to deal with him. Ang output doon, hopefully magko-converge na rin doon sa bagong
Sa
maging batas.
BBL. So ano ba ang isang conflict doon with Nur Miswari na malaki sa BBL?
Hindi ko pa nakita itong bagong BBL, so I cannot determine.
Pero paano natin may slide in sila Miswari doon?
No need. The Congress will make the final decision to converge. Antayin natin, may resulta doon sa pag-usap mamaya ni Presidente.
Yun bang nangyari kila Nur Miswari, naging epekto din na sa pag-usad, nagkaroon ng epekto din sa pag-usad ng peace process natin?
Opo naman dahil MILF yun, breakaway group pa yan nila. And then, naturally, kung ikaw yung original group, tapos nag-uusa dito, tapos may agreement ka na pirmahan in 1996. At may panibagong agreement na naman with another group na humiwalay sa iyo. So how do you feel in that manner? So we have to also manage that one.
So what's the biggest hindrance na nakikita pa po ninyo dito sa pag-usad pa ng peace process
No,
natin?
just wait for Congress to make that final work on the BBL and on enhancing the BBL. If there are inputs coming from the MNLF, and then, yun, makikita natin how we can move forward. Mahirap kasi pangunahan natin ang gagawin ng Kongreso eh.
So what is it that you're waiting for para mai-step up na natin doon sa fifth round?
The
talaga?
approval of the, in the CPP and PNF.
Yes.
Antayin natin yung resulta ng back channel. It will happen July 21 and 22.
So yun pa, doon pa lang magkakaroon ng ano? Doon pa lang.
Baka mamaya, bago magkasona, may report na yung panel natin. Pero hindi yan importante. Ang importante, the bigger picture that umuusad tayo ngayon in our negotiations with them.
Yung nangyari sa Marawi,
Yes.
how did it affect yung ating peace process? Meron ba ngayon
Malaki
dito?
epekto, partner.
Okay.
Malaki. But it is an opportunity.
Oo.
You convert a calamity like that into an opportunity. Remember, nang pumutok yung Marawi, sinong unang gustong tumulong? Ang MILF and the MNLF. Kasi ka-Muslim nila yun eh, di ba? Pero I got immediately a call from Kagi Murad, head ng MILF. Sabi niya, what can we do to help? The same manner with Chairman Nurmiswari and now new Chairman Jikiri. Nagkabiyak din kasi yung MNLF eh. And they wanted to help. So you notice ang MILF natin, in coordination with OPAP and of course with the help of the military, we're able to provide what we call as the peace corridor. Ito yung peace na parang corridor na doon natin sinisave yung mga civilians, doon dumadaan yung food supply kasi may blockade dahil may mga armado, and it helped a lot. So malaki ang tulong nila. Okay?
Malaki din ang naging ano kaya nila doon, ang kanilang naging provecho na meron sila nakuha mga spoils of war.
Sino?
Yung mga MI.
Wala. Ang pumasok doon na MI talagang in close coordination with the military to help save civilians. Pero it's both also an opportunity. Like, I think the public has seen it with their own eyes. Na ang MILF pala at yung Bangsamoro na hindi violent extremist gaya ng mga terorista can also help.
Now,
it is an opportunity now. Like,
Yes.
bakit? If we're able to entrench the BBL, it will address a root cause for the Bangsamoro. Then it can pull the carpet under the feet of the extremists. Wala na silang masabi, pinapahirapan nyo kasi kaming mga Muslim. Ginigera nyo kami. Kaya tumitira na lang kami. Now it can provide an enabling environment.
And now they're talking of extending the martial law na dineclare dito sa
It will end on July
Marawi.
22,
Yes.
within the next few days.
And pinag-uusapan na nila yung extension. Yun bang extension nito will also somehow affect pa rin yung extension ng martial law, itong ating peace process?
Hindi, makakatulong ngayon dahil it will address the violent extremists who are not part of our peace process. Di ba sabi natin, we are not going to negotiate with terrorists. We deal only with groups that have some advocacy to provide a roadmap for the Bangsamoro. Pero nakita naman natin ginawa nila sa Marawi, yung mga extremists na yan, terrorists na yan. Wala namang advocacy yan eh. Mamamatay, namumugot ng ulo, pinapatay.
Pero hindi ba hindi ba nakikisaw-saw sila dito sa mga to? Walang nakikisaw-saw sa mga kausap natin?
Sino?
Na nasa CPP-NPA, wala ba?
Nakisawsaw nga sila.
Doon sa Marawi.
Yung nakikihalo doon
yes.
sa mga terorista.
Yes,
Wala naman. Wala naman. And I'm sure they don't want to be identified as terrorists eh. Dahil klaro yung sabi ng Pangulo. If you're a terrorist, wala kang advokasya, we don't deal with you at all.
Pero di ba ang CPP-NPA was also tagged as terrorist?
By the US government.
Yes,
It is. But we have engaged them. Kasi kung terorista yan, tayo, from our own labeling, and then we will not talk to you.
So among those na kinakausap ninyo ngayon,
Yung terrorist labeling pala ng CPP and PNDF, the EU, the European Union, Europe already removed that label. US na lang naiwanan ngayon.
Pero ito ngayon, mga kinakausap ninyo kasi na to, meron pa ring issue tungkol dun sa pagpasok nga ng kagaya ng Amerika, di ba? Kasi meron na din tayo...
Anti-imperialist yan sila, partner.
Meron na din kasi tayo ngayong hinihingin tulong sa Amerika. Like when we went to Marawi War, meron na ding nandiyan pa rin yung...
May panibagong policy ang Pangulo natin. And that will, hugutin natin nun sa kanyang statement. We are now on the move for an independent foreign policy. Ang ibig sabihin yan, kasi traditionally naka-align tayo sa West eh. We shut our doors to the other side of the fence. Wala tayong engagement with Russia, with China. pag upo ng Pangulo, sabi niya, may pagbabago ngayon. Let's get new friends without abandoning our old allies.
Yes.
So, ito ngayon ang ginagawa niya. But meron siyang guidance din sa amin ngayon. Walang magsusolicit ng hingi sa foreign countries. Kung meron silang ibigay, welcome. Pero tayo, pupunta
Hindi tayo
tawag
manghingi.
tayo doon, hihingi tayo.
Oo.
Sabi niya, pag naghingi tayo, makikialaman sila sa internal natin. Which we should never allow. Kita mo, minumura pa niya yung mga
Pero hindi ba
nangihimasok sa atin.
Pero hindi ba ito ay isasama din ng CPP NPA kung sakasakali sa kanilang maaaring hingin na ayaw namin na meron kasi ayaw nga nila
Hindi
ng
naman
US.
si Presidente ngayon nakikisuyo talaga sa Amerika.
But we
Did you
still have
notice?
our relationship
We
with
have
them.
an agreement that we must uphold and respect. We have a mutual defense treaty with the US.
Which is okay lang sa CPP NPA?
Well, sa kanila hindi yan.
Oo. Hindi ba ngayon yun magiging hindrance din kung
Tingnan
sakali?
natin.
Oo.
May reality naman. Hindi naman nila pwedeng didiktahan lahat sa gobyerno. Sa totoo lang.
Exactly,
Diba?
exactly.
Oo. Don't ever think na while we are negotiating, na they will have full control of what they want to do in the country. Otherwise, sila ng gobyerno. Hindi naman yun ang sadya ng Pangulo eh.
Pero dun sa nangyayari na kapag ka nakikipag-usap kayo habang sinasabi nila, okay, may ceasefire, pero yung nasa baba ay...
Kinancel nga natin ang ceasefire.
Exactly.
Malala mo.
Pero paano sinasabi sa inyo doon mga kausap ninyo doon? Pagka tinatanong nyo, bakit ganun? Siyempre, tinatanong nyo yan, di ba?
Of course,
bakit
of course.
ganun? Nag-usap tayo. Tapos yung mga tao ninyo, ganyan ang ginagawa. What do they tell you?
Well, they tell us that, they don't tell us exactly na an explanation.
Oo.
They say, wala nang ceasefire. Alala mo the only ceasefire we had was when the president was about to enter the zona last time. So nagkaroon ng unilateral yun, yung kanya-kanyang declare. Walang agreement. Walang guidelines. Then the NPAs in Mindanao announced. In Mindanao, hindi yung panel nila. Nakausap namin that they are canceling the unilateral ceasefire. In 10 days. Nung nalaman ni Pangulo, kailan daw nila, in 10 days pa, Mr. President, cancel na natin ngayon na. Inunahan yan, hindi tayo pwedeng maunahan dito. Because we're supposed to be working in parity and why ganun. So we learned that lesson that at nag-reinforce yun ang belief ng karamihan. Hindi pala tumatalima yung mga ground forces doon sa kanilang leadership doon. Di ba?
Yes,
Yun. That's still one of the issues.
Doon pa rin, matagal na yung issue na yun na hindi naman sila sinusunod. Di ba?
Okay. Pero sa tingin ko lang ngayon, assuming that is correct, but that is not the whole movement here in the country. Mayroon namang sumusunod sa kanila. Up to what extent we still believe that they still control the majority. Gaya ng ibang grupo din, di ba? Negosyo na kasi yan eh. Nakakadelayan siya eh. In the guise of revolutionary tax.
Yes.
Tingnan mo magkanong hinihingi sa mga businessmen natin. At kung hindi ka magbibigay, inaatake, sinusunog yung equipment mo. Hindi pwede yun.
So kayo, generally, ay naniniwala pa rin na may control yung mga kausap ninyo
Of course, otherwise...
sa majority.
Yes, kasi kung wala silang control, ang feeling namin,
Yes.
ba't pa kami makipag-usap?
Yes, correct.
Sayang ang panahon.
Pero yung kasi, ang sinasabi nga po ninyo, meron silang nakokontrol, meron silang hindi nakokontrol.
Like the MILF,
Oo.
merong breakaway group pa rin eh.
Correct.
Ibang Samoro Islamic Freedom Fighters, BIFF.
So
na
yung
meron tayong maganda, pero pag may maganda tayong ceasefire mechanism, at yun ang isa sa dapat gawin natin with the CPP and PNDF. Buti masabi ko na publicly. Pag meron tayong working with guidelines on a bilateral ceasefire, hindi yung unilateral na kanya declare, kanya ding cancel, kanya ding cancel. Matatalian, both sides. Then you have to comply. Then with a mechanism in place like that, look at the MILF. May breakaway group sila. I-recognize naman natin yan. Pero sila ngayon ang... Like for example, merong military operations against the BIFF. With the ceasefire mechanism in place, even the MILF regular forces would even get out of the place para hindi sila masali para makaka-attack yung mga sundalo natin. This is a working mechanism that has proven very effective. We hope that we can install the same kind of mechanism with the CPP, NP, NDF.
So sinasama ninyo ngayon ito doon sa pinag-uusapan ninyo?
We have to do the guidelines pa.
Mga ilang percent pa po nakikita niyo sumusunod kila Joma?
I cannot make a determination. But I still believe that many...
Majority. Majority pa rin. Oo.
Many.
Oo.
Pero gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, they also say that we cannot unilaterally decide for our forces on the ground.
they
Kaya pag
also have
meron
consult.
kaming agreement dyan, nagkukonsulta muna sila. Di ba? Tapos, gaya ko sa atin din. When we have an agreement already na pag-usapan, hindi kami pipirma eh. Padala muna natin yung draft sa presidente at siya mag-approve. Same manner with them.
Sa consultation na sinasabing ninyo ngayon, anong isang bagay na gusto ninyo ngayong madinig sa taong bayan? At masabi din naman sa taong bayan on your part as our peace advisor. Kasi, siyempre, iba-iba ng thoughts ang mga kababayan natin.
Yes.
At iba-iba din sila ng pananaw with regard to how you are handling this
Yes.
peace process.
Well, naintindihan mo namin, kayong taong bayan, galit na kayo sa mga rebelde. Dahil kayo yung unang nabibiktima, hindi... Ang gobyerno naman, trabaho namin yan eh. Pero kayo yung very helpless, kayo yung tinatamaan. The terrorism there in Mindanao, CPP, NPA, NDF, forces there sa mga kabundukan, dilumads. Mas lalo ang lumad natin, hindi lang alam ng lahat. Sila yung naging pinag-uumpog ng dalawang bato, kinukuha sila ng military, kinukuha rin sila ng CPP, NPNDF, at pinaglalaban mga lumad. Oh, very unfortunate. So dapat we will understand first bakit kayo galit. But in the process of working step by step, sana maintindihan din ng taong bayan na this is a move towards just and lasting peace, hopefully later on. Kung hindi man peace, mag-improve din ang kabuhayan natin. Yun kasi ang bottom line ng mga tao. So if they just allow us opportunity to do our work, and with their understanding muna, we don't need your support muna dahil yung support manggaling sa inyo pag naintindihan nyo na makakabuti ito sa inyo. But if you just listen to us, understand also na in there, I always say, the road to peace is not concrete or not paved. May mga lubak-lubak dyan. I call it the humps and bumps of the peace. But kung sasama kayo sa amin, maski may mga lubak-lubak dyan, stay the course with us at the end, then we can reach what we dream of. But it's not going to be magic, partner. It's not going to be magic. One step at a time.
You have worked with different environments. Environment ng Presidente Ramos, environment ng Presidente Arroyo, and now environment ng Presidente Duterte. What's the big difference being a peace advisor?
It's going to be unfair to make comparisons between presidents. Even with Ninoy, with President Pinoy. Each one has his own challenge that he has to face as president. So, I've worked with all of them. Kay President Pinoy, I worked for about 9 months in his administration when I was head of the Mindanao Development Authority. I also worked with President Cory Aquino when I was congressman at the time. It's going to be unfair to compare one president compared with another. Dahil during their own times, they have different challenges. The environment is also totally different. Kaya ang sabi ko nga, its administration puts a building block. But we should, pag sunod ka na administrasyon, don't demolish these foundations. You build on them. That's where we are today.
But as peace advisor ni Presidente Duterte, ano ang laya na naibigay niya sa'yo ngayon?
Anong laya?
Anong kalayaan sa pakikipag-usap ang meron
wala akong
ngayon?
kalayaan ngayon dahil hindi nga ako makagawa ng aking gustong gawin.
Ano ba ang gusto mong
Nakatali
gawin?
na ako.
Ano ba ang gusto mong gawin na hindi mo
Back
magawa?
to the private sector. Ang sarap ng buhay, partner, na wala kang, sa totoo lang, di ba? Gusto mo palit tayo? Ako dito. Ikaw doon.
Hindi na. Hindi na.
Oo,
Okay
tignan
na
mo,
ako.
ayaw niya, oh.
Okay na ako dito. Okay na. Ikaw nga nahihirapan, ako pa.
Hindi ako nahirapan. I find comfort in the fact that I get full support. Oh, totoo lang.
You have the full support.
Thank you, sir.
And we are also praying, and we pray for your success as well. And you have stayed there for quite a long time, and we
I
just
don't want
hope.
to stay here longer, partner.
And you can only do that. It can only happen if you will be able to end all of these things.
Hopefully. But not end. We just put also the building block for future administrations to build on.
At least mas malaking hakbang ngayon
Oo.
ang maaaring mai-expect
Baka sa
natin.
next administration, nakasalang ka na dito sa trabaho ko, baka
Hindi,
mas uusad pa siguro.
Baka ikaw wala ka na diyan
Wala
sa
na.
sa susunod na administrasyon at nasa isa ka ng estado ng gobyerno.
Wala na. 69 years old na ako, partner.
You don't look like one.
I'm 19 nga, sabi.
You only look like 68.
19 yan mo na.
Maraming salamat for the time that you have given us. Thank you so much.
Enjoyed it,
Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process, Secretary Jesus Jess Duresa. Dito naman po sa programa.
Jesus, muna. I was born December 24. My ending statement. So I was baptized Jesus. Di ba? Okay. If you want to sound religious, what will you call me? What will you call me?
Jesus.
Jesus. Jesus, di ba? If you are my friend, you call me?
Jess.
Yes. But if you're such a pretty, attractive lady, you may call me? Anytime.
Pwede.
Thank you.
Susunod na programa na makikita nyo si Secretary Duresa ay comedy show.
Call me anytime.
Anytime.
Call me.
Secretary Jesus Duresa dito naman po sa programang Bawal ang Pikon. Get it straight with Daniel Razon.